The wood shop is sponsored by Chefware Kits and Easy Wood Tools. All right, welcome back. I'm gonna make a wristwatch clock today. My wife was at a yard sale a while back and she saw one of these and took some pictures for me. So you can actually hang it on the wall, or it folds up and goes together like that and can sit on a desk. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, there's only a little bit of turning that actually needs to be done with this project. And you could probably just do it with a Forstner bit, but I want this little raised lip around there, so I'm going to turn it. So I drilled a 2-inch hole in it with a Forstner bit, and I'm going to mount that on the chuck, and I'm going to recess the clock in there, and I want a little lip around the outside of it. So that's all I'm going to do on the lathe. Eventually I'm going to punch that all the way through, but I'm going to turn it around to do it. So that's going to sit in there just like that. Alright, so I have that ring sticking up proud, and it actually sticks out a little bit all the way around. So it's what it looked like in the picture, so I'm just going to go with that. I think it adds a nice little touch there. Okay, I'm going to actually bring these off real quick and then sand the whole thing, and that way I'm not fighting those when I'm sanding it. Alright, I have the lathe speed down to about 150, and I'm just sanding it with walnut oil. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and mark out where the lines are and cut it on the bandsaw. All right, so here's the picture I have of the face of the clock. So these little parts here curve around. So I just took and traced around like that. And I went all the way around because the sides actually come around too there. Then I'm going to, it looks like these things come in just a little bit there. Let's cut it out on the bandsaw. And then the fun part, sanding. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hand sand all of this, and then we'll work on the band. And I need to drill holes through this. I'm going to bring the thickness down a little bit more, but I need to drill a hole for some dowels there. Get it cleaned up first. Alright, so it looks like it goes flat, comes back, I don't know, 1.5 inches or so, and then starts to curve up, and I'm pretty sure you can probably, adjust most of this. So we'll bring it up like that, and just bring it out here. I'm just going to make it the whole length of the board, and then trim it down if I have to. Alright, just like that. And then I should be able to get the other little one. So it just it curves the whole length of it, right? So let's start up here and just make kind of a arc. Like that. I don't know, when I get ready to put this thing together, I don't know, it may be super critical, but I don't know. I'll figure it out. All right, I don't have a real clear picture of the bands, but it definitely looks like they taper down quite a bit. So I just came in an inch, and I'm going to start bringing them down. And what I did was I came in half an inch on the sides, but this one here definitely, it needs to come down to more of a, just a round little tip there. And then the one with the buckle can probably stay somewhere in there. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna have to play around with it as I go, but we'll just work on getting this material off here and try and taper it down smooth, bring it down more if we have to. That one's definitely gonna have to come down a little bit more, but I don't have any plans, right? Right, and we're going to want to bring this down something like that. I know you're cringing right now, right? Alright, so I just cut those out on the bandsaw and then took it on the oscillating sander and just kind of shaped it a little bit to make them even. I went ahead and marked center on this. I'm going to cut out a little notch for the belt hole or for the band hole, and then I put in 3 holes. There's one right there, one there, and then one at the end. So I'll go ahead and drill those out and then cut that out on the bandsaw, that little notch there. Alright, so I'm going to use the waste piece that I got out of cutting these out for the buckle, and it's just straight. So it's a little bit big, but I'll bring it down. I'm going to use it because it's got to go over this part right here. You can see that in the picture there. Alright, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and just sand that down until it fits nice and snug, and then I'll sand these 2 ends down here too so it fits all together. Alright, I'm getting everything close, everything fits in here, and then this will go on there. I need to drill holes for that. I think I'm going to straighten that out a little bit right there though, but then this will come through and lock goes this way. And this will come through and lock right in there. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and make a little pin now, and it's just a little curved piece, and then it has a hole in there that holds it all together. Alright, just finishing up that one. So that'll go in there, going like that, all go together. So I'm going to drill. Okay, so I'm going to drill for the dowel. Alright, I'm just finishing up sanding, and I had to hit those with the oscillating sander a little bit because when I put the dowels in, they hit, so I had to notch that out a little bit. But other than that, everything went together good. Alright, I used a flush cut saw so that it was nice clean cut on these, and I'm just going to glue them in, and I try to cut them as close as I could so there's not much sanding afterwards. Alright, I'm going to let that set up for about an hour. Alright, so I got the little dowel in, put a little bit of glue on it, and I can actually get it apart. So, and then you can adjust it like that. Alright, I just sanded up all the little dowels so they're all flush and smooth. I took the air compressor and blew the dust off, and I'm just going to put some mineral oil or some walnut oil on. All right, there we go. I had a lot of fun working through this project, trying to figure everything out. There was a lot of hand sanding and a lot of adjusting along the way. I did do a long version of this, so it'll be up on my Q&A channel on Monday. I used maple for the body and walnut for the little dowels there. And I finished the whole thing in walnut oil. All right, as always, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.